Hello everyone, welcome to Bharat Ki Baat. Today we are super excited to have Sri Dharma Raghavan with us, who's going to tell us about in-depth knowledge about the Tamil Nadu politics, the ongoing political scenario, the future of BJP, delimitation and various other issues. So welcome Sri Dharma Raghavan.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, and honored to be a part of your podcast as well. Thank you so much, and yes, we will discuss about Tamil Nadu politics in detail, sir.
Okay, equally honored to have you on the show. So, Shri Dharma, we'd like to first start with your basic introduction for the benefit of our audience.
Sure, sir. So I'm basically from Tamil Nadu, and so that's why we are talking about the Tamil Nadu's politics as well. And yes, it is a. I right now we are in Delhi. We are talking about the Tamil Nadu politics, and I'm basically a journalist, and I'm trying to establish an podcast network or like what to say a podcast channel and establish in Delhi and make a strong network over that. That's the basic introduction. Let's. Maybe in future we may talk more about me as well.
Yeah, all right. That's very interesting to know. Being a journalist and being very passionate about podcast and social issues, that's very good to know, and that too at a very young age. That's wish you all the best for the
Thank you,
future.
sir. Thank you, sir.
Now, since we love to talk about Tamil Nadu audience, so Tamil Nadu politics. So let us go back to the pre-independence era.
Sure.
So how did the Dravidian movement started, especially the era from 1917 to 1947, and the rise of and post-independence, since Congress was the most prominent
Sure.
Political party. So over to you.
So, in our times, like especially in your time or in my time, we would not be hearing that Tamil Nadu hasn't seen a party which has a national rule over there, like that is either Congress or the BJP, which doesn't have a much stakehold in Tamil Nadu, which is true to some extent as well, because Congress was routed out back in 1967. Then it has no other possibilities to come back in power till date. Like it has been nearly 55, 60 years. It is going to be 60 years after Congress, which has been routed in power. I think, moreover, in some other states also, like Congress had tried, because Kerala, it's like a two-party rule, like communist ruled for 5 years, Congress ruled for another 5 years. Even though Kerala was the first state where Congress has been routed out. So I'll tell you about bit what happened before independence and after independence, and why was the Congress routed out, and how did the state parties make their great like what to say a hold in Tamil Nadu as well. So to start with, I will say like we can start from 1917. That is where all these social justice movement and what to say all these local like voices for the independence have started. I would say like that actually. So why 1917 especially? 1917 is the time where an organization was formed that is named as South Indian Liberal Federation. So this is the year which was formed. What is the South Indian Liberal Federation? So it is nothing but at that time, more or less, Tamil Nadu's, like if you take Tamil Nadu's history, like it will be protest against Hindi, protest against Hindus, protest against Brahmins as well. Like so, I'll start with here. So 1917 is most probably a time where all these local leaders, like right from E.V. Ramasamy Naikar, who is often called as Periyar in Tamil Nadu, and so he came into the later part of the picture. Like these are where all these local players started this movement. So it was totally anti-Brahmanism, I would say. So 1917 is the moment where these all these movement was center stage against Brahmins. Okay, so why Brahmins especially? So they thought that, and at that it was true to some extent as well. At that moment, Brahmins were there in all parts of the government job and in all stages of the government job, in all levels of the government job, wherever if you go, and Brahmins were occupying that offices everywhere. So this is their general thought. Okay, so this is look where the anti-Brahmin segment comes from Tamil Nadu. It's like been a century which has been folded, and like they have been cultivating it for years and years. Okay, so right from 1917, this movement has been started. So like Brahmins are a total of a population of 3% in Tamil Nadu until date also. Like maybe some would have been gone to the outer states, if I would say, like 1950s, like at that time, like 1960s, that time it was like the ruling parties were like totally dead against the Brahmins. Like they thought like, okay, now Tamil Nadu is not going to my place of place like where I'm going to settle it up. That's where you could see at that time Tamil Brahmins would be migrating to Mumbai, Tamil Brahmins would be migrating to North India, so and so like that. So I would say the center stage took from 1917. Okay, so the South Indian Liberal Federation took place, and so it is 97 versus 3. Okay, so and even though if you go to voting politics also, it will be like that. So the BJP is still considered to be as a Brahmin party. Now it would have been changed. So in Tamil Nadu, it is the BJP would be like they would call it as a Brahmin party as well. And when you come 97 versus 3, all the other castes united over the Brahmins actually at that time. So even though like how do you categorize the other caste as forward caste, like let's say like Rajputs in North India, like all the other forward caste were also against the Brahmins at that time. So that took place to a very particular level in 1924. Then it was also transformed as the Justice Party. So Justice Party played a very big role. Like they were bashing the Brahmins, and they were like towards the British also. They were not like Indianized. So they were like, if you take their sides, it would be like very like what to say. It would be very unmindful to them actually. So they were like towards the British, like they want the British to rule India, and they were like totally dead against the Brahmins also. So here comes the picture of E.V. Ramasamy Nayakar. So he was earlier in the Congress, 1920 until 1920-21. He was earlier with the Congress, and then he was like going here and there and doing some like what to say, all these prachars and other things to in order to support the cause and other things as well. Then he took forward, and then from 1924 onwards, Justice Party played a bigger role. The same concept, like they formed a committee which is without the participation of the Brahmins. Okay, so that is one kind of a thing, and they formed a committee like where other castes would be there, but you have to be like an atheist kind of a thing. Okay, so when you take, that's where all these ideologies of DMK comes from. Their forefathers like Periyar and other peoples also. Okay, so that's where all these ideologies come from. And secondly, if you take the other thing, like Justice Party later transformed into Dravidian Kazhagam. Okay, so this is the parent organization of DMK. So from Dravidian Kazhagam, DMK came in actually. So in late 1940s, like I mean in earlier 1940s itself, like the DK has been formed. And in early 1950s, Dravida Munnetra Kazhagam has been formed. I think in 1949, if I'm not wrong. There has been an opinion, like a difference of opinion between Annamalai, who was the founder, and he was the first chief minister of the DMK. Like he was the like a non-Congress chief minister from Tamil Nadu, we can say. So Annamalai was he's basically a Tamil, like a patriot of Tamil. And then he formed a DMK with the difference of opinion between Periyar, and then he told like, I want to make this as political movement. E.V. Ramasamy Nayakar was very clear, and he know that okay, if we get into politics, whether people would vote him or not, he was very doubtful in that. Okay, then Anna turned that moment in favor of him, and so it was a long struggle for Anna actually. So it was from 1949, I think DMK was formed. From 1949 to 67, it was 18 years of battle where he took the party, and the parties came into power in 1967. So this was the pre-independence era, and to say to some extent, actually, I would say there were many political outfits like before independence also. The Congress was very active in Tamil Nadu, like as you know. Dandi March was there, and even in Tamil Nadu there was a march called as Vedaranya March, where the Salt March has happened, and there were many local leaders also, like Babu Chidambaram Pillai and Velu Nachiyar, and so. Like you can keep on saying about the local leaders, like they were Mudramalinga Devar was there. Mudramalinga Devar was one such nationalist ideology. So his people, like his men, were part of Subhash Chandra Bose army as well. So there have been, like, Tamil Nadu has a huge contribution to what to say, we can to the independence, and so this is where the political ideology comes from here. And like I would like to say one thing about Dravidian Kazhagam and Dravida Munnetra Kazhagam as well. So I'll tell about the Dravidian Kazhagam. So on 15th of August 1947, then E.V. Ramasamy Nayakar told that it is a black day, and he told that British should rule India for several years. India shouldn't get independence. So these are his own words. It's like one point of a time, like people celebrate him and people like take garland him and people like idealize him and so and so. But if you take his writings and if you read his writings, then you will know like okay, what is it like? People are why people are celebrating. That's the thing we have to we should think about it actually because like one point of time he says like this and if you read it in the present context like it, I don't know how to say that. So this is a short history. Like if you go deep into it, and we'll talk about the anti-India agitation later. Like it has happened twice in the state of Tamil Nadu, like before independence and after independence as well. Like at a later part, like we will talk about the anti-India agitations and how the state has been and how the state has been developed and so on, so sir.
Okay, so moving to the post-independence era, the demise of Congress, legacy of Shri K. Kamaraj ji, and the subsequent rise of Shri Annamalai ji.
Yeah, like see, at that time you don't have any options. Like Congress is the only part. Like post independence, like Congress is the only way to rely on, and the government was formed. And like right from 1947, 1947 was a no election. Like 52 was the election where people elected, and it was like people they themselves formed the government. Congress themselves formed the government, and the first election actually took place in the 1952. Okay, so there was no competition to the what to say Congress and Kamaraj. I don't know, like if would have been if he would have been in other states, like he would have definitely been a prime minister to the country as well because he got a chance at the time at the demise of Jawaharlal Nehru. People like he was one of the senior leaders of the Congress, like and then he suggested like Indira Gandhi should take over the party. Indira Gandhi, so he was like a way forward to Indira Gandhi. Then the clashes happened between Indira Gandhi and Kamaraj also. Then in 69 is where the Congress has divided, like Congress and Congress organization. That's a long way story. And even in Tamil Nadu, like there were some divisions. And till today, like if you see, there will be some divisions in the Congress. It's not been wide open. Like at that time, it was so wide open. So Kamaraj was known as the I would say the best chief minister till Tamil Nadu has ever had because his legacy, like he was like so what to say pro poor, pro student, and pro people, like we can say, and so he has been like he has organized like many schemes, like he has organized like and so all these schemes like MGR even after that he also allowed many schemes and Kamaraj was like so educational centric and people like he brought people to the school and he brought people to like to that you should read and education will be and wise thing and so and so and you would never imagine a leader like Kamaraj because at the time of his resignation because he lost the election actually like in 67 he lost the election literally he hasn't retired from politics and at 67 he lost the election and Congress was totally routed out from the state and at the time when he was going out from his chief minister's office and I think his bank balance was somewhat in hundreds or thousands of rupees. That's it. So you can never see a politician either in Congress or either in the India, either in Pura of India also. So that's a kind of a politician. He will be like a very like a white shirt and white waist. He'll be like a very simple man, and he was so like what to say pro like pro poor pro people also. Like he had brought n number of schemes to people, and so like even we used to. Call him as educational god. Like we used to call Kalvi Tandai. So in Tamil, like it is an educational. Kalvi is like education. Tandai is father. So he is an educational father or educational god to the people of India. That's why like he pushed people like towards. Education and you need to go to school and that education is the first important thing and education is the first and foremost important thing that one should have in our life like so and so that I don't think like Tamil Nadu would get a leader like Kamaraj in that scale actually. So what happened was like Annamalai was very Annamalai was a I told you earlier like Annamalai was a patriot of Tamil Nadu. Okay, so he what we can say he took Tamil as a medium like where we can like the organization or the structure or the ecosystem of the DMK is very strong right from that days. So what 60s are the time where it is a peak. Anti-Hindi movement. Like that's not the peak anti-Hindi movement, I would say. Once the constitution was formed, that 15 years was given, like to implement English as well as Hindi as the official language, not like for office users and other users. Like if you would have seen, all the states would have been knowing at least three languages. Like if you, especially in South India, now that is the three language formula also which is going on. I'll deal about it later. I'll just give you a background of that. See, Kerala, if you go, people will speak Malayalam, people will speak very good English, people will speak Hindi also. They understand Hindi and they reply in Hindi also. When you come to Karnataka, people speak very good English, people speak Hindi also, and people, they are native, Kannada is like, what to say, they see language as their pride, and even if you impose Hindi over there, them also, that would have been a very controversial matter. Like they also more or less speak three languages, and if you go like local auto valas in Bengaluru speak at least 4 to 5 languages if you easily know them. And same Andhra Pradesh, that was at that time it was United Andhra Pradesh. Okay, so same like Telugu, Hindi, and English. So these are the three languages where people speaking. So, but Tamil Nadu, certain like out of the box, Tamil Nadu alone, like they would be speaking only two languages, that is Tamil and English. So there is an like what to say, anti-Hindi mindset for the people right from the 60s. So this is the time where the constitution would have been like it's not the fault of the Congress also, I would say. It is a fault. It is like it is mandatorily done to make Hindi as the official language, like where you can use it for the office use, and you can use it for the government use, you can use it for the memorandum use, and all and so. So this is the time where it has been happening in like 1915 to 65. So 65, 66 is where they are trying to impose in Hindi. Like if you see the railway boards at that time, they were Hindi, and if you see the wall posters, they were in Hindi. So all these things were there. So Annamalai took this chance, and what he tried was like, okay, like why do we need a third language? So this is not a third language which we are looking for. Okay, at the time he was member of the parliament also. So before 67, when 67 elections won, Annamalai was not MLA candidate also. So Annamalai was a MP, member of parliament, I would say. So there were agitations here in Tamil Nadu as well as in Delhi also. Okay. So Annamalai, see, he knows, right? So from viewing a point from Tamil Nadu, being in Tamil Nadu and viewing the point of Delhi is different. Being in Delhi and viewing the point of Tamil Nadu is different, right? So he knows what is happening. So he played the cards correctly. And there were like, what to say, people were in roads, and this was merely a student movement. So students were like dead against Hindi at that time. So this is like students were protesting here and there, and student movement in Tamil Nadu is very huge. Like even you could have seen that in Jallikattu also. Okay, so the students' power in Tamil Nadu is something else, I would say. Like I don't know from apart from other states, but I've seen this. Like I've heard this like very often. I've heard all about the students' movement in Tamil Nadu. So it's way ahead and way different of all those things. And this is like Hindi agitation was one such moment where it brings everyone together. So this is the time where Annamalai used it correctly, and so that time like Congress was routed out of the power. Like when it comes to language, people are very like what to say, very conscious and very what to say, very it is very close to their heart also. That's where Annamalai used it correctly, and DMK spawned into power from 1967. And Annamalai was like what to say, like he was a Tamil patriot, and he made it. He was the founder of DMK. And apart from this student movement, also they were organized dramas in every street corners. Till now, I would say the success of DMK is like they localize everything. Like they take it to the people. Like they connect with the people. That's where the other parties may be missing in Tamil Nadu as well. So this is the one thing like other parties need to learn. Like BJP is doing in all other states, but when it comes to DMK in Tamil Nadu, they take it more over to the people, and they know how to play the like cards very well. Like they set the trend, they set the agenda actually. So whatever it is, like they are always on the attacking side. They will never be in the receiving side. What may ever come, like they won't be on the receiving side actually. Maybe in some point, like in 2G cases or the other cases, we can say that they would be on the offensive side. But apart from that, like they would always be on the attacking side, where they used to do all these things. And So 67, so this was the fall of the Congress. Then after that, like Congress has been a secondary party. Then after that, AIADMK came in, and after that, like what to say, Congress has been pushed to third, fourth position, and we don't know now. It is like now it is being like an what to say, an additional arm of a DMK. So it's more or less like whatever seats which DMK gave to them, which DMK gives to them, they'll be like, okay, thank you, this is enough for me. That's their total mindset of Congress, and Congress is fighting independently. They don't have any chances of winning a single seat also. Now that is the situation of Congress. See, if you take the case study of Congress in whatever states, like it would have never come back to power. The exception might be Kerala. Okay, I think in Odisha in 1999, Congress has been routed out of power. Till now, it is like it has become a third party, and it is less than 10%. Uttar Pradesh, it has been routed out in 80s. Okay, till now it has been like a not even third, fourth, like we can say fourth party, especially, and below 10%. Bihar as well, like it has been routed out in 80s, and if you take the case of West Bengal also, it has been routed out in the 70s itself, and now till now, like it has been no way in coming back. Okay, Tamil Nadu, another example, Andhra Pradesh, and Andhra Pradesh is like they I don't know how they came back in Telangana, and Andhra Pradesh is a different case. Like Andhra Pradesh, they have been routed out in 80s itself. Like then came Chandrababu Naidu, and then came Jagan's father, and then Jagan. So it has been like a overall Gujarat, another example. Like now it has been going to be 32 years, like where the Congress has not been in power, and so even to some extent Madhya Pradesh or to some extent Haryana. So it's like we are seeing it in all the states wherever Congress has been routed out. So there is no way of coming back to power. So this is, I don't know what's wrong with the party or what's wrong with the leadership, or maybe they should have taken some steps in each and every state. It's like they have leaders throughout the place, and it is not that party has not done well. So it's up to them, and they need to focus on. And so post 67, like Annadurai came in. Annadurai was chief minister. Annadurai couldn't survive for a long time, I think. So from 67 to 69, he was the chief minister. Then Annadurai was sick, and then he passed away. And then Karunanidhi, the rise of Karunanidhi, and Karunanidhi, another Tamil patriot, and what to say, till now they see him as a mastermind of Tamil Nadu's politics, and he knows how to manage the situation as well. And he is like a one what to say, one kind of a politician where Tamil Nadu has ever seen. Like he is not a traditional politician or traditional like what to say, money comes from a rich family, comes from a traditional political family, I would say. So he came in a train from middle part of Tamil Nadu. Okay. And that too, I think he people used to tell that he came in a without. Okay, so without the ticket, he came from Tanjavur to Chennai. So he didn't take a ticket, and then now he is ruling the entire Tamil Nadu. So there is a saying in Tamil Nadu actually, and so Karunanidhi, like he has been there at 1967 is a point where all things were in favor of DMK. Okay, so 1969 when Karunanidhi took over, and what to say, till 77 there was no things which was stopping Karunanidhi to do anything. Like and so Annamalai was very different actually. So the ideological differences, I would like to compare it actually. So first comes DK, and then comes Annadurai, and then comes Karunanidhi. Okay, then comes MGR. Okay, all these have their ideological affiliations. So DK is like, okay, atheist, and they will bash only Hindus to some extent. They won't be bashing other religions also. They will be bashing only Hindus. And the point is like Annadurai was very different. Annadurai told that Ondre Kulam Orvane Devan. For us, God is one. You consider us whatever you want. Okay, we don't believe in atheist form of thing, and for us, God is one. You don't have to be criticizing any religion and so and so. And then came Karunanidhi, who followed the method of DK.
Okay.
Okay, so he followed. So he has started bashing Hindus, and he says wherever if you see like Brahmins, they used to call it as Papan in Tamil. Okay, so wherever you see a snake and Brahmin, you hit the Brahmin first. So these are the like words of Karunanidhi, where you would be knowing that these things would happen. Like these are the political affiliations of Karunanidhi as well. And if you see 1971 elections, DK would say the Dravidian. Then from once DMK is formed, like DK and DMK are separate. Okay, so they act as an like what to say, the propaganda wing of DMK. So even though they both are different, so both act as a propaganda wing of DMK. So they don't take part in politics.
Okay, so like before moving to AIDMK, I would like to understand the rise of the charismatic MGR.
MGR,
The differences.
yes. So like now, if you take Tamil cinema, like there would have been two images, like two stalwarts who would have been clashing with each other. Either before, like in our time, like it would have been like Rajni and Kamal, Rajnikant and Kamal. So after that, then we would have told that Vijay and Ajit. Like now, Vijay is also into politics. Before that, all the father of like OGs of all these stalwarts would be MGR. Okay, so MG Ramachandran was like he was a theatre artist, and then he moved into cinema. MGR was very charismatic, and he has a rival who is called as Shivaji. Okay, so Shivaji was in Congress. Shivaji Ganesan is like a king of acting, we would say. So Shivaji was in Congress. Okay, Shivaji then, but Shivaji couldn't gain much attraction or much political scape as MGR would have got. And there was a time where MGR was shot. Okay, so he was shot in his neck actually. Then Annamalai told him like, you don't need to come for campaigns. You just show your face. You just come and show your face like this. That's enough for me. I'll sweep the elections. That was happened, and they won. See, all the things I said, right? All these these things, like what to say, student protest and other things. So MGR was also one of the important tools to bring the DMK to power. So he was a theatre artist and he was a cinema artist. Like he was a star at that time. Okay, so naturally, like people would love like these stars, right? And if you see the crowds, and MGR was like, okay, he would, when he comes to the people, he would have not been like he would be like the chief minister, or I'm a minister, or I'm an actor. He would be one among the people. That's his success actually. Okay, so MGR was like a star who was common among the people. Okay, and if you would have seen the old photos of MGR, like all these ladies would have been like hugging him, and he would have been eating foods with them. So it's like he was way different of all those people actually, and he was very charismatic. And what to say, everyone loves him. And so it was like then even in 71 elections, Karunanidhi used MGR's image. Okay, so and then there was a quarrel between both of them, like where MGR goes, his image was becoming larger and larger. Then Karunanidhi, I would say openly, like he didn't like him, like MGR was growing, because see, Karunanidhi was a writer, so he used to write dialogues, and he was a general politician. The way Karunanidhi has grown up is different. The way MGR grown up is different. Both have worked hard. No words in saying that, but the way Karunanidhi grown was a bit difficult, I would say, because he is a writer and he is a staunch politician where he grown up. MGR, like from the day he used to act, he is in the minds of people. So he reached very early, like 67 elections also was because of MGR. Like he was in the DMK, and he was one of the confidant of Annamalai as well. So Annamalai liked MGR very much.
Okay.
So he was one among the confidants, and I think in that time, he was not the proper successor, I would say. He was one among the successors of Annamalai. Okay, so there were people like there was another person called as Dravidian, and there was another person called Karunanidhi was there. So these are like 1, 2, 3, 4 ranking of the Annamalai's cabinet, or 1, 2, 3, 4 of the Annamalai's confidence. Okay, and at that time, like I think 67, MGR was the medical health minister, if I'm not wrong, and then some clashes were happened, and then right immediately after Anna's demise, like Karunanidhi took over the entire government as well. Then in 71 they used MGR very properly. Okay, so for 71 elections they used it very properly. Then there was some clashes, like between so you are growing this much, I am growing this much. So there was automatically, like in politics, nothing is no permanent enemies and no permanent friendship as well. So they were like very hard bounded friendship. Like both were like, there is a movie called as Irvar in Tamil. Like if you just to understand the friendship, or just to understand between the rivalry of both of them, one should watch that movie. I think that's a Maniratna movie. I think that will be available in Hindi also, so you can watch it. So that was in that extent, and so this was in 71. I'm saying so 71 they won the election, and 72 was the time where MGR has been the what to say treasurer of the party DMK. So at that time, expenses were made out of nowhere. So he was our treasurer's work is to maintain the accounts, okay. And MGR was asking for the accounts, like why is it so much, why this is so much, and why this is. So he was asking for the real accounts, okay. See, politics today, you know how many how accounts are maintained. In that day itself, like MGR was trying to ask him, ask this one. So then Karunanidhi thought that okay, this is not going to work out, because see, for a political party, finance is a very important thing. And if you start questioning each and every aspects of that financial matters, then where will I go? Then what will I do? So this was the point of Karunanidhi. So then he expelled him.
Okay.
So he was expelled from the party. So then MGR thought, like, why would I be, like I'm familiar. People know me. Throughout the Tamil Nadu, people know me. So he was like very clever at that time. So what would I do? So my guru is Anna. Okay. So he started a party called as Anna DMK. That is ADMK. So MGR was very shrewd at that point. So then he started his own party, which is AIADMK. And 72 the party was formed. I think then after that by-elections came in. All that things MGR's party won the elections, and then he made an historic comeback in 1977. So after that time was the emergency, like election was supposed to happen in 75 or 76. Okay, so in that time emergency period was there. So then no elections were happening throughout India. So 77 was the change in the political scenario. So people would refer that changes comes at certain point. 77 was one landmark elections. Then after that, 77 to 87. So these are the time where MGR was in par for continuous 3 terms actually. So 77, then 80s there was general elections. So Karunanidhi, with the help of the Congress in the central government, so he disposed the government over here. Okay, so then 80s again the election stood. Okay, so from 1977, 1980, then 85. So he won 3 consecutive elections, and he was in par for literally 10 years. Then after that he fell sick, and then he got passed away as well. So in this 10 years, like again, like Kamaraj, how I said Kamaraj, MGR was pro poor, MGR was pro people, MGR was pro, like what to say, midday meal scheme was brought by him, like way ahead. He did all those things as well. Like people were mad at him actually. Like whenever he just goes in, like he just raises his hands or he just gives a pose, like people were like crazy at him. Today we see the craze of Modi ji, right? So that at that, see, today we have digital era. So today we see many things. And today, like we are able to know, we came to know about Modi ji through digital era. But at that time, like MGR was something else, I would say. And if you go to Andhra Pradesh, NTR is way ahead of MGR, I would say. So you both had that much of craze actually. Actually, at one point of time, I would just give you an example of NTR actually. When Indira Gandhi was coming for a campaign, so there were lots of people who were gathering in that what to say in that Andhra Pradesh. Then people were asking that how this much of crowd is coming to see me. Then a person sitting next to Indira Gandhi replied, this crowd is coming to see NTR, not you.
Okay.
So that is the craze where both these stalwarts had, and whenever like then Congress was reduced to a third or fourth party, right? And the craze where, and Karunanidhi couldn't stand in front of him. Like 3 state elections, like you could have never won like a single election against him.
Now, yes.
Just see the craze of MGR, like, and see, they were like, and he used his, they were trying to damage MGR in various aspects. See, there was one guy, like, from the Karunanidhi family himself, okay. They were, I think his name is Muttu something. Okay, it's a big family actually. Like Karunanidhi's family is a big family. So they were trying to portray him as the another MGR. Okay, so what is your career? See, you are a cinematic guy, right? You are a cinema person. I will damage you. I will damage you from bringing one of my. See, till now DMK has control over the cinema. From that time till now, DMK has control over every media arm, every cinema infrastructure, and everything actually. So that's why their ecosystem is way ahead of all these. People, right from writers, right from TV media panelists, right from educationalists, they have everyone actually. So this is one thing. I'll just finish it. And so they try to, like, what to say? They try to like, what to say, bring a replacement for MJR, but that didn't happen. So for all these instances, MJR was growing 10 steps forward than the DMK or then Karunanidhi actually.
So talking about the cinemas and post rise of the charismatic MGR comes the entry of the Iron Lady, whom we fondly call as Amma. So how she, Jayalalitha, how she came to the politics, and the famous 1989 incident wherein it was alleged that the members of DMK pulled her sari, and the way she came back, like everything.
Yeah, this was a very important thing actually. See, and for all, like, what to say, for all the lady politicians, I think Jayalalitha has been given as a benchmark or an icon. She has been recognized as referred as an icon, or she has been referred as an even role model, I would say. So I would say, like, she is also from the cinematic background, and she has been inspired from MGR very much. And so late 60s, I think, late 60s or not, late 70s, mid 70s, I would say. And so mid 70s itself, like, she started acting with MGR. So at that time itself, like, so MGR, like, she was very intelligent. Till now, if you take her profile, she is very, like, what to say, she speaks good English, she speaks good Kannada, she speaks good Telugu, she speaks good Hindi, and she is very profile-like. And at that time, she was said to a replacement for Modi ji actually. So she was that charismatic and that power pulling lady, I would say. And this is the time where in 70s we could say that she was much attached with MG Ramachandran, and this duo was like, what to say, this duo is in every household. Like, they are like they will be part of their family actually. So right the moment I said MGR, like from 70s or from 75s, like Jayalalitha was also a part of her. Like then she MGR knows that this lady is something else. She's not just an actress. And he knows that she's very intelligent, she's a powerful lady, so and so. And then like MJ, I think in 81 or 82, if I'm not wrong, in one place, so she has been made as a propaganda wing head. Okay, like in order to tell your ideas, party's ideas to the people, so you have a propaganda wing, right? In that wing, Jayalalitha has been made as a head. So initially, if I'm not wrong, it is 82, if I'm not wrong. And then she has been made as a member of parliament as well. So whenever, that's where, so MGR knows that this lady is very well, can communicate to the people and so and so. And see, initially we'll go to the DMK later, but there was initial times where Jayalalitha was not accepted by their party men itself. Like, who are you? How you can become a replacement to MGR? So and so. And you know, right, like it's a male dominated ecosystem, male dominated, what to say, platform. Politics is male dominated platform, right? In that, how can you rise as a leader, so and so? And she fought like anything. And when MGR she was like very active in Delhi also at the time when she was a Rajya Sabha MP. And then comes the demise of MGR. Then MGR's wife was Janaki. Okay, so Janaki tried to took over the party. This happened in 87, I would say. 87, like Janaki took over the party, tried to took over the party, like as if like one from the family should be the what to say, successor or so and so. Confidence of MGR were backing Janaki. Nobody liked Jayalalitha. because she was way closer to MGR than all this confidence. Okay, so MGR know that like as an actor, as a politician, Jayalalitha was way close to MGR. Okay, and so these guys were like, who's this lady? How she can be close to my leader and so and so. So that was the time where these guys tried to keep her aside and then hand over the party to the Chanakya. Okay, this was the time where all these things were happened. All the confidence were by the side of Janaki, and all the party leaders and all the Karyakartas were by the side of Jayalalitha. So that time, like, okay, like their symbol is like, symbol plays a very major role in Tamil Nadu politics. One is Karunanidhi, and that is DMK and ADMK. One is the rising sun. Okay, that is the symbol of DMK, and another one is two leaves. That is the symbol of AIADMK.
Okay.
Okay, that's where if you go and see every loop and corner of the village in the walls, you will be either seeing rising sun or the two leaf symbol. They will be propagating it time to time. All these wall posters have been there with the local leader's name, with the local leaders. See, you would have been not knowing the local leader's face, but you would have been knowing his name. That's where how these two parties like they propagate themselves to much extent actually, and both the parties have very good infrastructure. Like be it DMK or be it ADMK. See, MGR as an actor, what does an actor do? Like he has branches in every villages and every districts, right? So he took all his fans club into the AIADMK. So that was one of the way, like what to say, way important time. See, 89 was one of the important time, I would say. 84, 85 elections was the first election where Stalin stood in elections also.
Okay.
Stalin was active from 1975. I would say his history very later. Student politics, but he was actively against the emergency. Okay, and so Stalin stood his first elections in 84.
Okay.
89 also. He lost both the elections actually. Okay, so 84 first two elections he lost from his side. And so this is the time where like the contemporary leaders are rising. Okay, so 87 after the demise of and in the death of MGR, Jayalalitha was not allowed to come near the dead body actually. She was just thrown away. At the time, there would have been videos also. There would have been a number of series which was. I think Kangana made a movie on. Yeah, so in that movie also they would have been showing this scene. Actually, that is that's the moment where Jayalalitha decided, okay, I'll show you guys whom I am, and that made the change of what Jayalalitha can do. And so there was been like complete protest, and there has been like complete thing, and the government has been dissolved. Okay. And after the demise of MGR, the government has been dissolved. Okay, so 89 comes in another election. Okay, so 89 where the two leaf symbols have been frozen. So it has been like two separate teams or two separate groups where Jayalalitha is separate and Janaki is separate. Okay, and this is the time where Karunanidhi made his comeback. And 89 where among the 234 seats, Jayalalitha's group won 27 and Janaki won 2. The total number of seats which have been won by the at that time ADMK was 29. So then Janaki decided, okay, politics is not my cup of tea. Let Jayalalitha take it over and let she handle it. Okay, this is after the result of 89. Okay, 89 election. And till after that also, some of the leaders were not in favor of Jayalalitha and so and so. Then 91 elections, she made a comeback. At that time, see, there are a number of factors which made the comeback of Jayalalitha, I would say. 91 elections, before the elections, Rajiv Gandhi stuck in the bomb blast, okay. And Jayalalitha purely turned it over as the conspiracy of DMK. Okay. So there have been many events like that. So at that time, politics was at the hot space. Okay. So that had an impact throughout the nation. Rajiv Gandhi's demise, and at that time, Congress and AIADMK was in alliance. Okay. In 1991, I'm saying, and 1991 was the first time. I think she's around 43 or something at that time. So she made her comeback in 1991. Then 1991 to 1996 was the first government. Then at that time she has been criticized a lot, and so as we say how Kamaraj is pro poor and like how a simple man, Jayalalitha was way different of all these politicians. Like as a lady, like you would be generally attracted to all these jewelries and other things, right? So at that time, her house has been raided, and she has been found that more of a gold and more of a shoes, slippers, and other things. Then she has been routed out of power in 1996. 1996 was a different election, I would say. So at that time, prospects were very different. That Rajinikanth played a very important role. So that is the time where Rajinikanth had a very good option. Like even if would have come to politics at that time, the entire scenario would have been changed. But he played as a catalyst. He just played as a catalyst. So he supported that. He was like way dead against Jayalalitha. See, he has been like criticizing. There was one of the strong ministers of Jayalalitha's government. I think keeping him on the stage, Rajini criticized Jayalalitha. So Rajini was like, okay, you are an iron lady, I'm an iron man. So it was like that actually. But Rajinikanth missed this chance. Like nobody would have got the chance actually. Rajinikanth missed his chance, I would say, because that is the time where all these things would have been in peak. And at that time, 1996 elections, AIADMK only won 4 seats out of all these 234. That is the worst defeat AIADMK would have ever had in the history of Tamil Nadu as well. Then, like, and the contemporary, see, I would say that in the time of Anna, it is entirely different. Like, and in the time of Karunanidhi, it's entirely different. Then it became a two-party system, AIDMK or DMK. Okay, but when it comes to Jayalalitha, as you mentioned, her sari has been toned and she has been humiliated in the assembly. That moment she said, "I'll come back to this assembly as a chief minister," and she made that in 1991.
She won the sympathy of the.
Yes, and that campaign has been took over to all the loop and corner of the state. Like, see how DMK is respecting women. See how DMK is treating the women. How you will be safe if tomorrow DMK comes to power. So and so. And that campaign made like Jayalalitha more stronger also. This happened in the 89, 90s at that time. 91 she came back as a chief minister. That is the incident where, and after she coming back to power, the one difference which we can see is like these guys, ADMK, DMK guys, even won't interact with each other.
Okay.
Like if you see a congressman in parliament, BJP guys give him handshakes and they treat them well. At least they give a hug, formal hug like that, right? From 1991 to till date, these guys very rarely treat each other. When Jayalalitha was alive, they won't see each other. They see each other, then they're done. She was very strict, and she was having all the controls with her. If someone does anything, she'll remove these guys out of the power. Like if you are a minister, if you are doing something wrong, the next minute you have been removed. And all this, see, I think if I'm not wrong, in 2016, where all these visuals came in, she won the election continuously. It was after MGR, Jayalalitha won consecutively for 2 times. At that time, all these IAS officers, all these senior ministers were falling under their lead. That is the control she had. And in Kangana's movies also there would have been a scene, and she would have been saying that if you see me as a mother, you would have always have a space in my heart and I will respect you. If you treat me as just a lady, then it would have been way different. And she, she portrayed that in her real life also.
Yes, in fact, I remember growing up in 90s, hearing about the bitter rivalry of Jayalalitha and Karunanidhi. So it was, she was pretty charismatic and she was very strong. Now, like post her demise in 2016, what's the future of AIDMK right now? And then the entry of BJP and Annamalai in Tamil Nadu politics, and even MK Stalin.
Okay, so I'll come from MK Stalin, AIADMK, then Annamalai actually.
Okay.
MK Stalin was in the politics for at least 50 years. In state years, like I would say from 75, maybe if you. No, he became the CM in 2021 only, just 3-4 years back, okay. He was way ahead in politics for a very long time. Karunanidhi didn't give anything Stalin very easily. He's the chief minister from 69. He could have easily made his son the next minister or like whatever you can say, next deputy CM or so and so. He got the deputy CM in 2009. Okay, let's see from 69 to 2009. It's a 40 years gap where you have been seeing the politics, right? And like Stalin's life is like way different, I would say. Like even though we call him as a nepo kid or something, but what we can say, he worked hard. Maybe that is everyone works hard in the party. Like even people used to criticize that being the son of Karunanidhi only could able to. Obviously, that is the truth. But he worked hard in that extent. Like he became a mayor and then he became minister. And see, this is not like what to say. In 1996 to 2001 government, I think Stalin was mayor at that time. Okay. Then 2001 to 2006 was a Jayalalitha's government. 2006 to 2011 was the government of DMK, where all these things happened, 2G and what to say, like they got stuck in each and every corruption cases, okay. And that is where, like in 2011 elections, like DMK couldn't come back as an opposition party also. So in 2006 to 9, Stalin was I think urban development minister, and then he became the deputy chief minister as well. Like let's say if he then he became leader of opposition in 2016. Then in 2021 he became the chief minister. So it's a long way battle for Stalin. Like he is there actively from the student days of his politics, and right now he's around 72, 73. And just check, like it's like a 40-50 years battle for him. But the thing I would say that different, like Karunanidhi is way shrewd. Like Stalin could not be compared to that. Karunanidhi is very vocal in Tamil. Like if you give him mic and he would have speak the entire day. I think Stalin is not that, but he is managing peoples in that way. He's managing the alliance partners. He's managing all these peoples in a.
You can say he's a good strategist.
Maybe he is a good like what to say. Karunanidhi was a what to say. He is like considered as a Chanakya. Like whatever things, like see, I will tell you something. In 1998, that is where BJP is opening its account in Tamil Nadu. 1998, there was an alliance with AIADMK. Okay, AIADMK won the parliament elections. Okay, then there was something which was not working out between Vajpayee and Jayalalitha. So at that time, Subramania Swamy was there also in the picture. Like he was there is things which is not working between Subramania Swamy and Vajpayee also. Okay, then Jayalalitha toppled the government.
Yes.
Okay, so in 19 there was no like vote of confidence, or the Vajpayee couldn't win. I think it's by one vote, if I'm not wrong.
Yes.
And then came the 1999 general elections, where DMK and BJP were in alliance. They formed the government after that. In 2001, DMK lost, ADMK came into power. Okay, so like he knows how to manage the alliance. The reason I'm telling you is BJP was not in a worse position in 2004, but 2004 starting itself, DMK came out of this alliance and they formed an alliance with Congress.
Okay, so right.
So he knows like how to manage the alliance and everything. And see, 2011 was a tough time for DMK, I would say. Like there's a famous saying: in the first floor, in the ground floor raid will happen. The first floor alliance shock will happen. Okay, Congress will raid the first floor, and their party leaders would speak for the alliance in the second floor. So that's a kind of a joke. We would have been hearing it for a longer time. So that's very different actually. But the thing, there are many differences. Like he knows how to do that, and he knows like he knows how to manage the situation. He knows how to make a sympathy out of that. So like Karunanidhi was very different of all of these things. And if you see Stalin, like I don't think he is that much shrewd as his father. Being from a political family, I can see Udayanithi in that that scale. I will talk about him later, but I can see Udayanithi in that scale. But I don't see that Stalin is that much shrewd, or he's that much political, or he's that much vocal in that case. So when it comes to Stalin made a big difference apart from Karunanidhi. The thing is, it took 40 years for Karunanidhi to make his son deputy chief minister. But it took only 6 to 7 years for Stalin to make his son as deputy chief minister. Now they have the government. Within 2 years, 2 to 3 years, he has been made the deputy chief minister. Okay, and he has been given minister also in recent times only. And now I think like everyone is saying that Udayanidhi is the future. Like wherever they used to say like long live Karunanidhi, long live Stalin, and they also say long live Udayanidhi. So that they have made up their mind. Okay, Udayanidhi is my next gen leader, and see political nepotism or political hierarchy. I think people very much accepted it. We can't blame them. Like you're voting for a nepo and you're like this, so and so, like that. I think people accepted it. For a long time, like you can't take nepotism as a scale in Tamil Nadu and win over the elections, because Karunanidhi, okay, Stalin is also an nepo kid, and now Udayanidhi Stalin, he is also an nepo kid. I don't think so. Like how the opposition party are going to take. See, so I'm dead against nepotism, but at the end of the day, it's the people's mandate where you can see all those things, right?
True.
So it's going to be very difficult for the opposition as well. Secondly, the AIADMK, after the demise of Jayalalitha, party has gone to many difficulties, I would say. The party has broken in 2016, and there has been separate factions till now. And so there was an earlier guy who was called as OPS, O Paneerselvam. Whenever Jayalalitha goes to jail, so he would have been made as the chief minister. So he will be like the Baradan of AIADMK. Whenever Ram goes to forest, and so when Ram comes back, so he'll be like
getting the seat.
So he gives back the seat also. 2016, after the demise of Jayalalitha, OPS has been made the chief minister. I think it was 2 months over the time, and at that time only Jallikattu took place in a very, what to say, ferocious manner. People were all ahead, like it was like a 10-kilometer crowd of the people, and then people were protesting like why are you not allowing Jallikattu? The actual Jallikattu was banned during the Congress rule. DMK was a part of it, and everything which were being blamed for BJP and AIADMK, even BJP to some extent, and OPS was the chief minister at that time. OPS thought that he would make a closer connection to the BJP. So at that time itself, he made sure that okay, I'll be your person. And after the demise of Jayalalitha, there is one particular character we need to talk about, is Sasikala.
Oh, sure.
Her very close friend, and she has been organizing the party in the south of Tamil Nadu, and her caste was very favor of the AIADMK, and she is one of a very well organized person as well. So very less people know about her, but apart from that, everyone knows her in a very like what to say. Yeah, and people see all these MLAs and MPs, guys of the AIADMK know about them, like because they have taken to that level because of Sasikala. So she tells that this guy should stand here, this guy should go here. Like she has been organizing from the back. So after the demise of Jayalalitha, Sasikala tried to took over the party, and there was a case on Jayalalitha. Okay, so it's an accumulation of assets case, if I'm not wrong. And then immediately Supreme Court gave a verdict on that. 4 years conviction for these people. If you are given 4 years, the next 6 years you can't contest in elections.
Yes.
Okay, so this happened in 2017. The point was OPS, when he was asked to step out the chief ministership in February 2017, he said that I won't. And then he came out, okay, and then he did all these meditation and all in the beach, Marina Beach, and so and so. Then, Sasikala had a clear space to take over the party. While she is taking over, all these things happened, and then she was put in jail. At the time while she was going to jail, he made a person called as EPS, that is Palanichami. He made him as a chief minister.
Okay.
He was nobody at that time. Okay, he was an highways minister in Jayalalitha's government, and he has been in politics for many years, like right from Stalin, like he is very active in from 70s. Okay, and then he took over the chief minister chief ministership, and then OPS was dead against him as well. So OPS, like there was a vote of confidence at that time. OPS voted against this party, his government, and then after that they both joined together. Okay. Then Sasikala has been the general secretary. So this general secretary is the most important post in AIADMK. Okay, so he is like BJP president. General secretary is very important. Like party has its DMK has its president structure and so and so. So the general secretary, what he did was, while EPS is he had taken the chief ministership, what he did was, he first throw away while OPS is coming, OPS and EPS joined together. OPS requested that Sasikala and her nephew Dinakaran should be thrown out of the party. So now what he did was, okay, this guy is requesting, I need him, and I'll induct him and I'll expel these two. Okay, now he had the complete upper hand of, so Sasikala was expelled, okay, and she was in jail also. There is no power for her. Okay, so Sasikala has been expelled. See, there are three characters. I will say this is a very long story, and this guy okay, and so there is so they what at that time what they made was it has been like the coordinator and co-coordinator. So OPS is the coordinator, EPS is the, we call it as OPS EPS. OPS and EPS as the coordinator and co-coordinator. In 2021 elections, so OPS is like, okay, whatever you give me, I'll settle with that. EPS is like, I want that, I'll get it. Okay, so you can learn a very good political case study in between these two. So he was there, and people would have been telling that this government will fall in 10 days, 10 months, so and so, but he completed 4 years. Right from the demise of Jayalalitha till the next election, he completed the government. Okay, and in 2021, there has been some voiceovers like EPS should not be the CM candidate, OPS should be the CM candidate. But EPS made sure that with his mouth, OPS announced him as a chief minister candidate. Okay, so he is a political mastermind. EPS is a political mastermind. Then after that, the coordinator. So in a political party, two voices can't be there. You be a president or be an acting president also. Like someone from the behind will operate you. And there have been lots and lots of misunderstanding between these two. Then EPS decided one thing. See, EPS comes from the middle of Tamil Nadu. And his area is like he won all the seats. Like majority, he won all the seats. And so this guy, OPS, didn't win much. So this is the time where the party has been raising voices for the one leadership. That is one leadership, that is single leadership.
Right.
OPS couldn't gather as much of voices, and EPS gathered all the voices. And now he is the general secretary. And so I think 2026 elections most probably will be MKS and EPS. MK Stalin versus EPS. And the last question about Annamalai.
I'll frame one more question. That would be a separate question. How Annamalai and BJP came into Tamil Nadu politics. Then the performance of BJP in 2024 Lok Sabha elections, second part, and then the entry of Thelapathi Vijay. So now we'll move into the entry of Bharatiya Janata Party BJP in Tamil Nadu politics and the entry of Annamalai. For the benefit of our audience, who is Annamalai and how till now how much has the BJP performed under his leadership?
So if you ask the common Karyakarta in Tamil Nadu, so there will be BJP is there, BJP is in power in other states, but BJP has won Uttar Pradesh twice, BJP has won Maharashtra thrice, and BJP had won Haryana thrice, so and so. But there has been a long pending query for the BJP that why not BJP in Tamil Nadu? Okay, so but since the time where the Modi government is formed in 2014, they are trying to enter to create a hold in Tamil Nadu, but they didn't find an effective leader, I would say. This they have been trying to for a very long time, I would say, right from 2016 they had the open space, and so in 2020 August, one former IPS officer who was working in Karnataka, and he was called Singham by the Karnataka people, and very vocal in Kannada also. So he speaks very good Kannada, and so he's not only an IPS officer. He was an IIM grad from Lucknow, and so he is one of the engineering graduates from Coimbatore, which is his college is one of the top colleges in Tamil Nadu. And then he was working as an IPS officer in Karnataka, coastal Karnataka especially, and then he resigned from that post, and 1 year he was taking a break, and then he thought like, okay, politics will be my cup of tea, and then he joined the Bharatiya Janata Party in 2020 August, and immediately was being made as a state vice president, and after 10 months he has been made as the party president also. So then after that, rest is history. So it's like that. And BJP is like a 3%, 2% party in Tamil Nadu. And right now, with the leadership of Annamalai, it has been risen to 11%. That too in 3 years, I'm saying this. Okay. Yeah. And see, Tamil Nadu is one such state where it has benefited in all the schemes. If you take any schemes, Tamil Nadu will be the number one beneficiaries. Be it Ayushman Bharat, be it Mudra Yojana, anything if you take, like Tamil Nadu will be the number one beneficiary in that state actually. So there have been like the central leadership has been thinking like how it is like not possible, because they have made a miracle in UP, they have made a miracle in Assam, they have made a miracle in Maharashtra. Why not in Tamil Nadu? That's what the general question which rises from every politician, we can say. And so Annamalai then once he became a party president, he made a yatra for all these 234 constituencies. There has been a time where BJP would have not known to the elite people itself, but now loop and corner of the state BJP is known.
Okay.
And he made the Padayatra from 3%, let's say 2.5%. He brought the party to the 11% mark, and NDA mostly they have like in around 10 to 12 constituencies they have scored the second position. Maybe they would have not won any seats, but there has been a last minute confusion in the alliance as well, because in 2021 the alliance was with ADMK, and now the alliance is not with ADMK. It was purely the BJP's work which was there, and I think it's a long run for Mr. Annamalai to bring the party into the power, because there has been many things which the party needs to do on ground. It is not only, you can't have one Annamalai, you need 170 Annamalai in every constituency to reach to the assembly, and then only you can form the government. And he's being the torchbearer, and I think if he works hard like this, in next 5 to 10 years, he can make a great change in the state of Tamil Nadu. So he has a long run, I would say, and the 11% is not a simple thing, or it's not an easy thing, but he has to go for a long marathon run. It's not a 100 meters race, and he knows that. Yeah. He knows that, and he is an effective communicator. Like you can see all the qualities of all the leaders in him. I would say that he's a very effective communicator, and he's a tough negotiator also. You can see that in media, like how he is giving answers and how he is taking that, and he's a good campaigner as well.
So, now we move on to the next important part of the podcast. So, what, for the benefit of our audience, what exactly is national education policy? Now we move on to the next charismatic character in the Tamil Nadu politics. I think he is the most hottest thing right now in Tamil Nadu politics. The entry of Thelapathi Vijay party in Tamil Nadu. He has decided to contest the next year assembly elections. What do you see his political future?
Vijay, as we grow up, like Vijay is part and parcel of our life, because he rise from nothing to like a star, like a big star in Tamil Nadu, because it is during our times, like we used to see every movies of Vijay and so and so. And he has been very popular in the people, like if you take MGR, Rajini, then it's Vijay. It's like these are, they don't catch the elite audience only, they catch the full, like what to say, they go to every layer of the society and they be in the hearts of them. And it was Rajini who missed the chance in 1996, and it is Vijay who is making his chance in 2026. I think Vijay, in his first meeting itself, and he has fans like anything, and at one time like Vijay was very approachable to people, and then like his situation made him not to be with people, and in this social media era, he had made himself to socialize and something. But now it is time for him to get associated with the peoples and something like that. And I think in his first meeting itself, he told that he's ready for alliance. The way he's criticizing the DMK, and he told DMK is his political enemy, BJP is his ideological enemy. So he's way dead against both these parties actually. And one, if you if you clearly watch the political scenario of Tamil Nadu, people would understand that he has not criticized AIADMK till now. Till now, that and AIADMK has also not criticized Vijay to that extent. I think there is a silent understanding which is going on, and if these two join together, there is going to be a political game changer, we can say. And maybe he can be the Pawan Kalyan of Tamil Nadu, where Pawan Kalyan is a major force who joined everyone against Jagan in 2024. BJP was in no mood to have alliance with Chandrababu Naidu. Pawan Kalyan made it happen. I think in that way, Vijay would have will play a greater role in forming if the alliance is formed. But the $1,000,000 question is like will Vijay come under EPS, or will Vijay be a deputy CM? There have been prospects. If you won more seats than DMK, you could have become the leader of opposition also. And let's see, it's a long run, but he has an impact throughout the state. Vijay has an impact throughout the state, and his fans are like, and it is Rajni and Vijay who holds the maximum number of fans today. And of course, like AIADMK and DMK, both the parties have been well structured. Their party structure is something else, and they have karyakartas to reach out to the ground. Vijay has his fan base, but not the structure. So his structure needs to be. But for a party, it takes at least 20 years to make a structure, right? So it is going to be. I think if Vijay is more shrewd enough, he will definitely align with. I think most probably because he in 2011 like he campaigned for AIADMK.
Okay.
So there has been instances where he was supportive of AIADMK, and he was like very close with Jayalalitha also. Let's see. It's like it's still alliance can be formed in a day, but still it's a 1 year journey. So it's a long run for Vijay also. And if he is into any of these things, like either deputy chief minister or leader of opposition, then his political career is set. If he lost his election, God knows. Because his business is like at least 300 crores per film.
Okay.
And his movie collects like, and on an average, his movie collects of 400-500 crores. Like, even with this market in Kerala, Tamil Nadu, and Hindi, I think in Hindi market, Vijay's market is very, very less. If he occupies Hindi, then he'll be something else. So I think it's he has left everything and he's coming for the people. So I think in future it would the political landscape would have been like Udayanidhi versus Annamalai versus Vijay also. God knows.
Very interesting 2026 elections. And now we move on to the next part. What exactly is this three-language policy? And are the people of Tamil Nadu, are they seeing central government BJP, are they seeing that they are trying to impose Hindi on them? Or what exactly is this? And how is MK Stalin trying to capitalize this situation?
See, the 67 protest which I said, right? So when it comes to language, people are very sentimental. Okay. So Stalin is trying to make another 167 scenario in 2026. The problem is, it's a three-language problem. They never said it is Hindi. Basically, Tamil and English. Okay. Now we have to additionally learn a language. It can be Urdu, it can be anything like Bengali, it can be Marathi, it can be anything. According to your comfort, you learn a three-language formula, which will be useful for you. Okay. In my school, I just learned two languages only. There was an optional. Like it is not compulsory for me. In A section, boys have been learning French. In C section, boys would have been learning Hindi. Okay, but the rest of the section learns Tamil. Okay, my mark in Tamil was quite good. Like, but my French guy is like for 200 they score 190, 195 plus like that. Okay, It was like it was optional, but it was limited to some extent. Okay, so that it has been like that actually. And the point is, three language, when it comes to Hindi, as I said, people are bit sentimental for the local language. Stalin said that, Chief Minister Stalin said that if Hindi is imposed, the local language would be destroyed. See the position of Marathi in Maharashtra. See the position of what to say, Gujarati in Gujarat, and see the position of Bhojpuri in Bihar. All these languages have been occupied by Hindi, and it has destroyed the culture of that language. So then people will automatically able to sense that, oh, Hindi would have destroyed our language also. Then tomorrow we'll communicate with our people in Hindi. So this is what they have been trying to do that. And it's a simple narrative. When you keep language in front of you and say that, okay, these guys are trying to destroy your language, obviously you will get emotional.
Right.
And obviously you will vote for the DMK government also, na?
Right.
So that's the thing. And NEP, like that's what Annamalai also said. Like it's three language, like and the biggest double standard where these DMK leaders are doing is, all their sons have been studying in a very well mannered, very what to say, convent or three language school actually. Some of the minister's son are studying French. Some of the Udayanidhi's son is studying in London, and so there has been a double standard between all these things also. So Annamalai said that when BJP comes to power, we'll impose the three language formula. It's any language, like it's not like Hindi, or it's not like something like mandatory. You can learn any languages. There are optionals actually.
Okay, so that's good. The third language will be as per the consensus of the population.
Yeah, and it is your option. Like whatever you want, you learn according to it.
So now coming back to this 4th March meeting which happened, and what exactly is delimitation? If you put it across in a very simple for the layman, what exactly is delimitation? What has been the history of delimitation? And is it something risky for the BJP, and how is this challenge capitalized?
So I think DMK is in full election mode actually. So they are that's what I said, right? DMK is good in creating issues. So they will be always on the attacking side, and the opposition will have been always in the receiving end, or like what to say, defending mode. Okay. The point was, there has been no proper communication from the no communication itself. The central government didn't tell anything. So it has been done in 2001 that delimitation will happen in 2026. 2026 is next year. We have just 9 months left. Okay. The point is, like, they have been trying to raise an issue that Tamil Nadu's MPs, number of MPs would be less, or it would have been made less if delimitation is made. Okay. Now automatically what people will think, oh, our representation will be less, then we should not support this, we should oppose this. So delimitation is nothing but, according to your state, what is the population, so your MPs will be represented in the parliament. Let's say some of the states are overrepresented. Even to some extent, if you say population of Kerala is, I think, 3 crores. They have 20 MPs.
Okay.
I'm not saying that Kerala is overrepresented. I'm just giving an example, okay? And Tamil Nadu's population is 8 crores, and their population and their representatives are 39. UP's population is 23 crores. Their representatives are just 80. How can 80 member of parliaments manage UP?
Exactly.
Maharashtra to that extent, West Bengal to that extent. I think delimitation has to be done, but there needs to be a fair representation of all these MPs. So it happens basically on the population only. People may say that other representation, but it mainly goes on the population. So for that, census has to be taken.
Okay.
Till now, we are managing with the 2011 census only. New census has to be taken. New census was supposed to be taken in 2021, and in 2021 COVID time was there, so it is not possible to take a census. Let's say if you take census for 2 years, then we know what is the actual population of our country and what are all. See, there is a constitution in fair representation is, in one constituency maybe 15 lakh to 16 lakh for people will be there in one constituency. I think there is a constituency in Telangana where the population is around 45 lakhs.
Oh,
I forget that Malkagiri or something, where the population is around 45 lakhs.
okay.
See, metropolitan cities all are the moving crowd. Like if you take Hyderabad also, it is working crowd. They will go to some other places. Bangalore also, that's a working crowd. Chennai, Delhi, you can't. I can say it easily. So that is the one thing. Okay, and when you the fair representation is at minimum 15 lakhs. Maximum you can go up to 20 lakhs per constituency per representative. So you will represent the 20 lakhs people. That's how you have to create the delimitation. And this delimitation has been happening ever since the formation of the constitution. Okay, so when you take even I think Gujarat has a more population, their representatives are very like 26 or more. And if you take Madhya Pradesh, it's a very big state. If you take Rajasthan, it's a very big state. Population is huge in both of the states. Their representation is 25 and 28. If you take Karnataka, I think it is 6 crore population. Their representation is only 28. So it is it's like if you take some states, they say we are overrepresented, they say we are less represented. I think it will take another 3-4 years for to get a clarity on these issues, like whether if it is population or census or anything, it will take another 3-4 years to get a clarity on this, and then it will be another, like what to say, it is like a 5 to 6 years of process. Then you will have to see the delimitation and something. Next year election is coming, so whatever issues it is coming, it is a sixer for Mr. Stalin. So he hits on the opposition. It's all about trying to create narratives, and delimitation won't happen in next year. For God's sake, it would not be possible for the central government to take census in the another 9 months or 1 year to make the delimitation happen. I think if they finish everything by 2029, by 2034, we can have the new constituencies based on the delimitation. Census or delimitation commission. This commission will gather one more time, and they will see like how people can be fitted or how constituencies can be fitted over here. So it's a long process actually, and I don't think it will happen in the near 3 to 4 years. Maybe if it happens after 2029, it may reflect in the 2034 elections.
All right. So now we move on to the last part of the podcast, wherein you, being a very critical political thinker and a journalist, we would like your opinion. How should the BJP perform? How should the BJP strategize for the next year election? Because for this podcast, we'll be trying to share the feedback with the higher authorities of BJP and RSS. For that, we will be needing your opinion for that.
Sir, I think it's a long run for the BJP, sir. It's not going to be very easy for them. And 2026, I somewhat think that the BJP is already on the defending mode. Like, and I don't think BJP is fighting their narrative as well. Because, see, be it delimitation or be it three language formula, who is on the other end? Like, DMK is creating a narrative, but who is on the other end? It is when the BJP creates the narrative and DMK starts defending it, the BJP will have its own narrative, which is be there. And I think it's going to be taking a n number of time. And see, I think right now Annamalai is the only person who is fighting on all these issues. You see, he has been giving press meets and other things. That he needs a team, or he needs people, I would say. There are people, I don't know how efficient it is going to be, but somewhat I feel that BJP has a great chances in 2024, but it would have lost it has lost the scenario in the 2024, because let's say if BJP won 2 or 3 seats in the Lok Sabha, then the entire scenario would have been different. Like, BJP can portray itself as the real opposition in Tamil Nadu. You understand, sir?
Yes.
Like, then the scenario would have been entirely different. Like, okay, see, we are the opposition. We will fight for the welfare of the people. We will fight for the people of Tamil Nadu. So and so. Then the entire scenario would have been different. I think, see, when it comes to language, I'll say something very openly. When it comes to language, Tamil Nadu people are very angry on the Hindi especially. I would say. I'm not like that. I'm just saying. And so, I don't think that fighting for the third language right now, fighting for the third language would be very important. Or, see, in the delimitation thing, all other parties were on one side. You said the March 4th meeting, right?
Yes.
All other parties were on the one side. How can you fight the narrative?
True.
When all other parties are on one side, let's say how can you fight the narrative?
True.
And on the present scenario, BJP needs to form an stronger alliance.
Mhm.
Either it should have been with the AIADMK or it should have formed its own alliance on its own. Without AIADMK, there is no other force to defeat the DMK. Now BJP is not in the single position or in the solo position to beat the AIADMK. Got that? But without AIADMK, it is impossible to defeat the DMK. So I think for the cause of Tamil Nadu, better cause of Tamil Nadu, BJP can replace the position of Vijay in that case actually. Okay, so they can, if they work hard for the next 12 months and they can be like what to say, they can even bargain for the deputy chief minister's position and something like that. But I don't think AIADMK will offer this also. But the party has to see. BJP is right now the second stronger party in Bihar, if I'm not wrong. For them itself, it took years to stood alone. I think fighting alone is like a suicidal thing in Tamil Nadu. Annamalai is very confident about that, but it will take him a lot of years. And it will be an advantage for DMK also. When the DMK vote is splitting, see, if you are getting 20 marks and I am getting 20 marks, and someone else gets 40 marks, it's like a simple arithmetic I'm just saying. We both join together and we fight in an alliance. And then we get 40-45 marks. Then, yes. So the anti-DMK votes get splitted. And for your reference, Tamil Nadu election starts with 18 and 0 percentage.
18 and 0%. What's that?
So 18 percentage is the minority population. So the minorities will never vote for the BJP or the AIADMK also they will vote for some extent. But they will never vote for the BJP. So this will en bloc go to the DMK.
Okay.
For all these years, it has been going like this only. So the DMK starts with 18 percentage and the opposition is starting from 0 percentage.
Oh.
Now Vijay has a greater chance to pull all these minorities votes. Okay, but when the time has to stay, like how all these votes have been separated or so and so. But I think it's a long run for the BJP, sir. And see, for Tamil Nadu, there are a number of issues. There are people's issues. There are many issues like that. And there are ideological issues of the BJP also. But I don't think it is the right time to fight on the ideological issues right now. Be it 3-language formula or be it... See, delimitation is happening. See, I would say one more thing. Like in the delimitation meeting, it is a fair choice for you to go to that meeting. Only BJP has backed off from that meeting. Okay, it is a fair chance for you to put the points that even though delimitation happens, Tamil Nadu will get a proper representation. But BJP skipped that meeting. I don't know why. Like because see, and the media's portrayal is like that. Like BJP is against the people of Tamil Nadu. BJP is against the will of Tamil Nadu. See, in general, like DMK has a control over media, and you should not give them a space.
True.
So, but we might say, but it is the party which has to be look on all these issues. See,
media lobby is being
exactly, and see, in all these states, BJP took the weapon of development. Haryana, Maharashtra, Assam to some extent. See, UP,
yes,
where it is coming today. And Tamil Nadu is already a developed state. You have to give them what they need more than this.
True.
That is where you can win Tamil Nadu like anything. And corruption may be not a weapon to deal with it because people have normalized with the corruptions. So let's see about how things are going forward. Maybe years will tell the narratives maybe change to fight them. But I think it's high time for everyone to join together and oppose the DMK. Then only it has to be someone from the, it has to be either the BJP or it has to be Vijay. So, to join hands with the AIADMK and face the 2026 elections. Or it is going to be again the DMK's second, majestic second term, we can say.
So, thank you so much for your time and thank you so much for such an in-depth knowledge about the Tamil Nadu politics, and we hope to meet you again, and in future also we'd like to discuss few more critical important issues. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. It's a pleasure talking to you. And anyways, and anytime, I'm always there for you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.